To the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Holland to call the game with our analysts Clay Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And a quick look here before we tip off at the State Farm starting lineups. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Mama Ginobili.
Well, the word I think of with Ginobili is slippery. You know, he gets past you in transition or in the half court, and he just twists and turns, and he uses that imaginative footwork to just find his way to the rim. And then
talk about Steve really makes him, to me, appear as though he's a ballerina, but the fact that he's willing to do the dirty work too, I don't know if there's such a thing as a down and dirty. Ballerina.
Taking a look at New York. 6 games off the lead. They're most definitely in the thick of things.
Well, there's no place like home, Kevin. It's always nice to be in familiar surroundings, around those that cheer for you, your family and friends. And home is home. There's no place like it.
Well, you're sleeping in your own bed. You're not flying into a new city and landing at 3 o'clock in the morning after playing a tough game. So you're much more comfortable. And you
Coach the Pistons getting on the board first. Nowitzki outside. Out to Anthony. Here's Thunder. Shot, no good. And here's Rose. He's coming off a 16-point game against Boston.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop in that foul. I mean, they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling. And we see him get so many points that way because the effort is there constantly on the offensive glass. No.
Rachel's father told investigators Rachel had a boyfriend, 25-year-old Ian Alex, and that Barbara wasn't happy about it.
When Ian Allen came into the picture, and Rachel not only fell in love with him, but talked about being married to this young man, I think Barbara saw herself alone.
But Barbara realized that Ian was having sex with her 17-year-old daughter. She threatened him with a statutory rape charge. Later, when cooler heads prevailed, Rachel asked her parents for a signed statement, a guarantee Barbara wouldn't threaten the statutory rape charge again. Barbara and Bruce agreed.
My thoughts on this were we would probably stand a better chance of embracing it, having this making it a clandestine type of relationship.
It ultimately told me who was in control of that house.
But a week before Barbara's murder, there had been a major confrontation.
When Rachel wasn't home and we went on curfew, Barbara drove down to Dean's house and made a scene by screaming and banging on the door to get everybody out.
She deserved it. Absolutely. She deserved it. And when they got home, she cried and said, "You're not the sweet boy."
And then the nephew went up and was in her face.
Pippen kicks to Anthony. Nowitzki outside. Here's Thunder. Shot clock at 6. Gets it to go.
Great pick, and that gave him enough space to get to the hoop and finish.
Deflected. Tries to keep it alive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. first quarter. About a minute and a half in. Rose kicks to Ginobili. Pistons passing it around. And another three for Detroit.
His offensive game is so refined, guys, extremely well developed in just about every aspect.
Anthony against Rose. Pass to Nowitzki. He kicks to Pittman. Outside Anthony. Nowitzki with the screen on Rose. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against New Orleans.
Boy, they were so good offensively in that game. It seemed like they had an open man to go to every time down the floor. Probably wasn't the best defensive effort that we've seen from their opponent.
Well, they should get some of the credit for that. I mean, they threw a few new wrinkles into their game plan, and the defense wasn't ready for it.
Here's Rose. 0. Knicks with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
I'll tell you what, of all the things they did well last season, maybe the most impressive was sweeping the season series against these guys.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Both of these teams battling last year near the top of the conference.
I know it's a little bit of a shame it was so lopsided, but we'll see how things play out this year.
Now here's Anthony. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
Yeah, not to mention 4 big steals on the night. He was getting it done at both ends of the floor.
New York needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Monroe. Nowitzki against Gasol. Ginobili dishes it to Anthony. Nowitzki outside. There's the feed to Pittman. He feeds it to Anthony. A jump hook. Good singing for the Pistons. Their last game, a loss to the Boston Celtics.
You know, against a lot of other teams, they would have played well enough to win, but these guys had a great night against them, and it ended up been that close.
Steve, that's so true. I mean, one team was good, the other team was great. They were the good team.
Monroe kicks to Ginobili. Detroit, no good that time either.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
The try by Nowitzki. Chris Villa dishes to Anthony. Here's Thunder. He dishes it to Pittman. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. He passes to Pittman. Anthony left side. Over Rose. Anthony's shot is off.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Down low. Here's Monroe. Rebound by Chris Villa. Knicks trailed by 5. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, I spoke briefly with Lawrence Ring. He said that as long as they move the ball and don't get baited into bad shots, their offense should carry them in this game. He said, we have a lot of guys that can fill it up. As long as we can mix up what we show them, we'll always find a way to get points. Let's see if they can vary their looks to get good shots, guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And it seems that the offensive game plan will be the key for them tonight, guys.
Well, I'm sure they feel if they can execute their offense effectively, they'll be the ones controlling this game from start to finish.
And they have a good reason to feel that way, Steve. Offensively, they are a well-oiled machine when it's working.
Anthony, the pass to Pittman. Here's Thunder. Lock at 6. Shot is off.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
New York trailing. Outside Anthony. Pass to Pittman. Nowitzki up top. Here's Thunder. Back to Nowitzki. Up and in on the way.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball in that possession.
Pistons leading by 5. Rose Knicks with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Rose kicks to Joe. Shot to the eye. And now the Knicks on the break. Anthony right side. Here's Thunder. Feeds it to Nowitzki. Out to Anthony. Finish to Pippen. Here, move the ball around. And Bruce Bill gets it to go. Bruce Bill's got hit.
Rachel has said that she had no involvement in the homicide. So to find her DNA on a spot that was used in the crime scene, put her in that crime scene.
The television box found floating near Walter's body was closed using duct tape, the same brand Sunsafe found in Ian Allen's truck. Super glue fuming on that tape revealed Rachel's fingerprints.
I was able to identify three fingerprints to Rachel Molden's. It was her left middle fingerprint and her left middle fingerprint. Now Rachel's prints on that duct tape, I'm sure the police felt as though
His first points in this one. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Well, they really kind of struggled offensively here. So I think this timeout is for him to really draw something up, maybe get an easy two and get their confidence back.
You know, sometimes an easy basket out of a break is just what you need to get things back on track. And coaches always have plays specifically for that situation. Coming out of timeouts for an opportunity to get a bucket.
Shot clock at 5. That is good. 10 points for him.
What an incredible quarter he's having. He's unstoppable right now.
Felton dishes to Vivian. Back to Felton. To the middle. Here's Samuels. That's good. And so Felton has the assist there.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint. So defensively, you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
Butler. Felton the pass to Butler. Now the pass to Bibby. Kicks it to Felton. He kicks it to Samuel. And that comes off the assist by Rick Felton. Now just a 1-point Piston lead. Pass to Ginobili. In low to Monroe. Just a powerful one-handed slam.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Now, here's the. He had 10 points in the win against New Orleans. Butler kicks to the Drummers. This is to Samuel. Gives him the lead pass. Here's Bibby. To Detroit with the rebound.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Yeah, only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
Knicks trailed by 5. Here is Samuels against New Orleans, who is really on his game. He feeds it to Vivian. Outside Butler. The feed now to Vivian. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
With Detroit, since the All-Star break, you get a look at the numbers they put up. 6th in fewest turnovers per game. 12th in steals. And they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong suit for this team. Knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
You know, they're a smart team. You talked about those few turnovers, and that's the number that really stands out to me when you go down that list of stats. They're smart. They don't take a lot of crazy gambles. They try to work the ball around the perimeter, get it inside when they can, and get the best shot every time down the floor.
Felton dishes to Vivian. Outside Butler. Takes the lead pass. Samuel. That's good. Samuel's got 6.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm him, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Now, here's Gooden. Working on Samuels. And it's Clemens. Knicks trailed by 5. Here's Butler. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. The Pistons shooting 47% here so far. Miller kicks to Fields. Collins sets the screen for Fields. Back to Miller. Gets it to go.
Well, you can't let them get in deep position.
Yeah, you got to do your work early here, Steve, and you got to be physical with it.
Felton with the ball. Baby kicks to Felton. Outside Butler. He misses it to Roberts. Keeps for it. And stolen by Miller. Here's Prince. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. And it's a 7-point Piston lead.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here, keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get it.
Felton with us 3 on Fields. Samuels the pass to Roberts. He passes to Butler. It's a nice passing by New York here. Shot clock at 6. Bibby dishes the Felton. It's good. The assist this time from Bibby. Pistons leading by 5. Miller kicks to Fields. Collins sets the screen for Fields. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Second chance shot. It's going to be 2 free throws, 2 contact on the shot.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
And as you said, they've been active on the offensive glass.
Boy, that's something I love to see, Kevin. As a former offensive rebounder myself, I know how demoralizing it is to the when you get a second chance and you put it in the basket.
No good on the free throw. Pistons making a change here. He hits the second from the line. Knicks trailed by 6. Felton the pass to Roberts. Pass it to Butler. Outside, Felton. Feeds it to Samuel. Here's the dish to Butler. That's 5 to shoot. Roberts. Back to Butler. And it's good. The time running down to the shot clock.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. You want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Takes it up. And he finishes nicely on the way. Now just a 2-point Piston lead.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hip.
That's how you do it. The bump and the button.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Well, he rarely misses from the line. He's at 87% on the year. So as a team, you love to have him on the strike.
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher. So I kind of like that progress.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Pistons on top of 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number.
Was it an accident or was it policy? It took the physics of a burning cigarette, the chemical composition of a flame, and a computer-simulated fire to determine how the fire started and who was responsible.
And off we go, a close game. Now starting the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter, really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, I mean, that's the way they come out, and it's served them well.
Butler is out there with Nowitzki. And it's Anthony. Then there's Josh McRoberts. And it's Pittman in at the 2 spot. There the group. New York will start the second one. Knicks trail by 3. Here's Thunder. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. And good on the basket. Look it. The Pistons on offense. The Wizards on the road to face them after this week. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Rose kicks to Monroe. Prince, right side. Over Nowitzki. Prince misses. Prince has gone 1 of 3 on the night. Nick Roberts dishes to Anthony. Puts the lead pass in front of him. He kicks it.
Man.